Welcome to Torch Talk.
BHS News for the students, by the students.
Coming up next.
Meet Miss Swainson.
Little Libraries.
Big Sisters.
I'm Harmony.
And I'm Zoe.
And this is Torch Talk.
Welcome back to our first Torch Talk of the school year.
As you will see, we have some new faces on Torch Talk.
And we are very excited to be here.
We recently met with Miss Swainson, our new head of school, and this is what she told us.
We are honoured to have our new head of school, Miss Swainson, here with us today. Miss Swainson comes to us with over 25 years of experience in education and leadership, and we are excited to get to know her better.
Thank you for joining us, Miss Swainson. To start, could you tell us what drew you to education in the first place? Have you always wanted to be a principal?
Oh, thank you for having me here today. Always been into education, absolutely. When I was 7 years old and everyone asked me what I wanted to do when I grew up, I did say I wanted to be a teacher. And I didn't know though until later that I wanted to be a principal because I really like working with students. And I didn't realize that being a principal meant I got to work with grown-ups and students. So it's a different kind of teacher, but it's all a bit of a teacher, so I really like that.
That's wonderful! Why did you choose BHS in particular?
I chose to join VHS because it's a pretty amazing school. It's international and I'm trilingual, so I speak French and Spanish, and I've always been into the international piece and I've done trips around the world. BHS has this wonderful British curriculum, the GCSEs, then we also have the IB in the senior years, as well as now A-levels. And I found that it is a really helpful thing to be a school that also has a round square commitment. So you've got this whole piece where folks are traveling and having experiences and apprenticeships and things like that. And I believe in those things because I've taken students to Ecuador, to Costa Rica, to China, to France, and Puerto Rico as well. So.
We are very glad to have you to join us. What has impressed you most about BHS so far?
Oh my goodness, all the students are amazing. I was in primary assembly and we started doing this Jack Johnson song, and spontaneously the students started doing this very complicated rhythm, and it was fantastic. And also every time I've heard the students sing, I'm just like, whoa, everyone actually sings pretty well here, musically, really powerful. Then the other part was also just seeing the connection in the leadership, meeting all of the students in the secondary and seeing how kind they are to the younger students. I think that that's just magical because, you know, that's what we need in life, people helping each other. That's the kind of thing I like to see.
We understand that you pretended to be a BHS student. What was that like?
Oh, it was great. I got to see firsthand. First off, I got to buy the uniform, which I was like, wow, that's not cheap. And then I had to wear the uniform, and I got in trouble because I didn't have my shirt tucked in at some point, and so I tucked my shirt in and took care of that. But it was really fun to be in the classes. Being in primary was very exhausting because there's a lot of things to do there, and then in secondary I was really enjoying the fact that the conversations in the classes were really interesting. It was nice to hang out with folks, and people were really nice to me. They shared space with me at break time to chit chat, and I got to watch a student video, and that was really fun. So I felt like the students were really bringing me into the community when I was dressed as a student.
What's something you love to do?
I love the water, everything water. And this past Sunday, I actually swam the 2K around the Sound. And that was the first time in my life I've ever done 2K. The longest I usually swim in a swimming pool is 1 mile, and that's 1.2 miles. So it was really kind of an adventurous, kind of bold step and brave step for me. And I did it, and I swam it faster than I thought I would, which was good, which wasn't very fast, but that's okay. I'll swim it again next year and I'll go faster, that's my thought.
Thank you, Miss Swainson, for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
We are excited to embark on this journey with you and look forward to a bright future for our school.
Thank you so much.
That was so interesting. I'm excited to get to know her more.
I agree, and wow, she did the round the sound swim. That's impressive.
We also got to catch up with the Little Libraries project to find out what they're doing now.
And when they'll be finished.
The Little Libraries are, have you seen like around your community or by a bus stop, there's like little houses with books for all ages in them. And they work by, you could just go there, open up the door, and read a book.
And then you can also like put in a different book for other people to get. We've been working on this for like since STEAM Week last year, and we didn't finish them and we wanted to finish them, so that's why we're still working on them.
And we're doing the Little Libraries because it seemed like a fun enrichment or STEAM to pick, so that's why we did them. And the type of books we'll be putting in them, it like ranges from like kids books, teens, and adults, and there's like all genres like fantasy, romance, fiction, nonfiction.
We're putting them, we think in like, we're not sure yet, but we might put them in like botanical gardens or Spittle Pond or something.
What a great project.
I know. I can't wait to see them get put up. I'm definitely going to check them out.
In other news, did you know I'm a big sister this year?
No, I didn't. What's that all about?
Let's hear from Marla to find out.
Big Sisters is mentoring in Year 7. One Year 7 or senior student meets with 1 or 2 Year 7 students once a week at lunchtime. They give advice, study tips, play games, and get to know each other. It's run by Bethany Coos in Year 13. It's a fun way to spend their lunchtime and get to know each other. It means they get to see many familiar faces in the corridor every day.
Last Friday, we visited the PTA Halloween Fair. It was so much fun.
On Friday, October 13th, the BHS PTA held its much-loved Halloween fair, and it was a huge success. There were over 850 in attendance. The Year 11s oversaw the popcorn sales, and Year 13s ran the cotton candy store. 50% of their store profits will go towards the semi-formal for Year 11 and prom for Year 13. The BHS cheerleaders performed a few Halloween-themed cheers early on to get the party started. There was a costume parade and contest, judged by Miss Swainson, Miss Renault, and Miss Carter. Everyone's costumes were fantastic, and congratulations to all the contestants. BHS didn't disappoint with a super scary haunted house. A huge shout out to Year 6 students for acting in the haunted house, and for numerous secondary students who helped with scary hair and makeup.
So it was scary, but at the same time, it was like we knew some of the people. Since we knew some of the people, yeah, it was like it was scary but fun. Yeah.
A huge thank you to all our fantastic volunteers, and especially to the 2023 BHS PTA Halloween Committee.
Wow, there were some great costumes, and the haunted house is always a scream.
Let's see what our roaming reporters have been up to.
I'm Carmela,
And I'm Alyssa.
reporting for Torch Talk. Roaming reporters asked the BHS community,
If you had 2 minutes in a grocery store, what 2 things would you buy?
If you had 2 minutes in a grocery store, what 2 items would you buy? I would buy water and a salad.
And I would buy ice cream and dog food for my dog.
I would buy water and a box of apples.
I would buy
some water and some nice food for me and my horses.
I would buy milk and I would buy cereal.
If you had 2 minutes in the grocery store, what would you buy?
Sushi and potato chips.
Crackers and ice cream. Cookie dough and orange juice.
Candy and like sparkling ice.
Cold sparkling water and an avocado.
Those were some interesting answers.
Back to you, Harmony and Zoe.
And that's it for this broadcast.
What do you want to see on Torch Talk?
Email us at torchtalk@vhs.bn.
Have a great break, everyone. Torch Talk.
News for the students, by the students.
But they can't be in it. What do you mean they can't be in it? The people that did the interview.
To start, could you tell us what